game. Guys played hard, and I thought the points off the turnovers maybe was the difference in the game. We gave them too many good looks from three, a couple in transition, a couple in our zone, and they responded, 11 for 27. If you'd have told me before the game that we were going to go 6 for 21 from three and they were going to go 11 for 27, I wouldn't have liked our chances too much. So, but the guys, again, the turnovers were a big factor in us being able to get some baskets there, and I thought Jovan just had a great second half. I think he was 6 for 7 from the field and just really had a good second half. And so it was a good win. Crowd was great, students were great, and gave us a little extra energy to finish it off.
Yeah, you starting to sense that this team's just starting to believe more and more as the weeks go by and victories start to come.
Well, it's got to help them to, Washington's just a big physical team, I mean, they just look like a good basketball team, and, their depth is awfully good. They shoot the ball well from the perimeter. Thomas is a great guard. They got all the pieces, so, beating a team like that, and Lorenzo does such a great job. They're competitive, they're well coached. When you beat a team like that, you know that you've done something. So today was a significant win. Because the guys beat a really good team and a really well coached team, and so that was a good game for us.
Dana, the 9 steals over the course of the game, when you get down to the end of the game, you guys end up taking just 3 more shots than them, and you win by 5. And of course, the free throws factor in, but the 9 steals were huge. Yeah,
those points, the turnovers and the points off the turnovers were huge, and Malcolm's 5 steals, at big times, really were a big factor. So, the activity and, guys doubling down the post in the first half, getting a couple steals, and because they really hurt us inside, and so, I thought that activity and those 9 steals, again, the points off the turnovers were a big factor in our favor.
Coach, team looks so confident in the first half. I mean, you had 2 guys go for high-flying dunks. Did you kind of tell them, slow it down a little bit, or did you like the pace of how it was going?
Well, I didn't like some of our shots first half. They weren't rhythm, and I had no problem with guys missing the dunks. I mean, I thought both of those were aggressive plays. Anytime you can go to the basket, and that's just an aggressive play. I don't have any problem with that. But we had just a couple of shots that just weren't in rhythm and just didn't need to be taken. So I didn't, I told the team after the game, I said, our area to improve is our execution, and communication off or defensively was not as good as it was the other night, Thursday night. So I thought in that regard we took a little step back with our defensive communication, and I didn't like our execution at the time. I thought we were in slow-mo there a few times. We weren't getting up there to set the picks, and our ball movement wasn't crisp, and that led to some shots that, I thought weren't quite as good as what we could have got.
You guys made 8 more free throws than they attempted. Was getting to the line something you emphasized going in, or something you adjusted to?
Well, I'm not sure how many of those came late, but a lot of them were fouling us late. I know EJ hit 4, and, so we had quite a few of those late, and, and Joe going at the basket, drew a number of those fouls to get him in, to get us in the 1-and-1 and to get us, at that point where we could shoot some free throws. So, anytime, if you notice the ball goes through Jovan, a lot of good things have happened, So, we got to keep getting him the ball, and people have sensed that. We saw some double teams again tonight. They're trying to do a better job of keeping the ball out of his hands in a lot of situations, and we're going to see that. Anytime you go out, he just missed 2 double-doubles back-to-back, and you're shooting above 50%, and, if he hits a couple more free throws, that's one heck of a game. 3 steals, he's playing, and we're riding him pretty hard.
How much do you think their belief in themselves has changed, say, over the last 4 weekends when you kind of keep beating better teams each time out?
Well, I think they're a lot more confident now. They're more confident in themselves. They're more confident in, I think our execution is getting better. They know where their shots are coming from, which gives them a little sense of confidence. You know, I really like the way they're kind of trusting each other to make plays. You know, again, we had 21 assists on 28 buckets today. You know, that's a great stat. And 21 assists and 8 turnovers, you know, I guarantee we'd take that every night. So, you know, that just tells me that they're trusting each other. They're trying to make plays for each other. You know, those are 2 really good stats, I think.
I was just going to actually talk about that. The fact that you guys only had 8 turnovers in the game. I mean, obviously, that's something that you would take, but in a game like this, is that something you would expect coming in? You guys wouldn't?
Not with their athleticism. You know, I thought we did a pretty good job, you know, not forcing some things. I don't think we got them as much in transition as I wanted. You know, I didn't think we ran as much. I think they got more balls in transition, you know, breaking our press, and we didn't rotate our communication. They got some wide open threes that I hated to see. But no, we'll take 8 turnovers. You know, anytime you hit 10 or less, you're elated as a coach, you know. And when you score 81 points and only have 8 turnovers, you're really fired up. Because usually, you know, if you only have 8 turnovers, that means you slowed the game down and you're working the clock, and there's not many possessions. There were a lot of possessions in tonight's game. You know, we shot 62 times. You know, there were a lot of possessions in this game, and so 8 turnovers is pretty good.
Dana, as this conference season got going, your team was getting called gritty and, you know, feisty and all that kind of stuff, and now it seems like the execution, as you mentioned, is kind of catching up to that, but they still have that grit, because, I mean, you guys go up against a team, against Washington, that's, you know, I guess on paper, athletically superior, but you somehow beat them.
No, you know, that's competitiveness and the group getting together, and, you know, we've got Jovan and EJ made some big shots. Tyrone had another good ball game. So guys have made tremendous progress, and like I said, they make plays for each other. So I thought we played well as a team. We really fed off those turnovers a little bit.